Hey, what's up, guys? This is my video reflection on Chapter 1. And Chapter 1 was over science and technology. And before I started reading about the chapter, I thought I knew a lot about technology and like science, but in reality, it's much more than just computers, smartphones, and like all device technology, I guess, is what I think of when it comes to technology. It's much more. I mean, technology goes back to the start of time when cavemen were living in caves and they created fire, to when the wheel was invented. I mean, technology has been improved each and every year since the beginning of time. And so our book definition of technology is the cumulative sum of human means developed in response to society's needs or desires to systematically solve problems. And the definition of science is a stream of human events involving a mathematical or systematic study of nature, resulting in a body of knowledge that is practical as well as theoretical. And through our discussion board, and reading chapter 1, science and technology are kind of intertwined within each other, but they're both different at the same time. And one of our questions in our discussion board was, what came first, science or technology? And my opinion was that science came first before technology. Reason being, like, an example I gave was Sir Isaac Newton finding the laws of gravity. Before he figured that out, the laws of gravity existed. Nobody knew about them. So, in reality, science came before technology. That's my belief. And other things we learned in this chapter, like cultures. So, I think technology affects cultures in a big way. I feel like every culture in this world uses technology on a daily basis. You can even think about the Amish who try to stray away from the use of technology in like the outside world. They still use like horse carriages. That's a force, or that is a part of technology. And they don't use like computers or like smartphones like we would in today's modern world, but they still use technology, and it's within every culture in the world. Even when it comes to clothing, people used to make clothing by hand, and now they can use machines that create clothing as well. And the advancements that have been made in the years since that have been massive. And I just want to talk about technology addiction and how it affects people. I think people become more addicted to their phones when they don't want to talk to people and they want to stay out of communication and interaction. And when I was growing up, smartphones weren't a thing. We were using flip phones. That's still technology, but it wasn't like we were addicted to our phones. We would go out to the park, we'd play all day and night, come home. Yeah, we'd send a few text messages, but it wasn't like we were opening up Snapchat, Twitter, or just even pulling our phone out of our pocket and checking it for no reason. And I think that's a problem in today's world, and it's becoming a bad habit for everyone because we all want to be connected every second of the day. And I feel like we are connected, but we're not, because we don't have any social interaction within each other as much as we used to. You can go out to dinner and you can see people just on their phones and not having conversations with their family, and rather they'd be sitting on their phone playing a game. And I think that's one of the negatives of technology, but there is also a lot of positives. I mean, it makes everyday tasks easier. Like, say you're on a road trip and you need to check your email. I mean, smartphone right there. And you can use a hotspot and type of paper in the car if you wanted to. I mean, there's a lot of positives to technology, and there is negatives. I mean, machines are taking over people's jobs in today's world, and it's probably gonna keep doing that in the future because I mean, technology is evolving, and there's no way to stop it because it will continue to evolve for the whole amount of time this earth is around, I guess, before we destroy it. But technology, what it meant to me, I mean, I think it's a great thing, especially for everyone, and it's a lifestyle. I mean, I am an assistant basketball coach at Bethel, and I mean, we use technology for analytics to break down film, to, I mean, sending out text messages to our players. I mean, it's intertwined within our daily activities, and I don't think we realize it because we're so used to it. And I mean, science, on the other hand, is a little bit different. So in the book, it says science is what is, and technology is what can be. And I mean, you got with science, science is already there, and you can find it by going through the scientific method, like asking a question and then creating a hypothesis and then doing experiments. When technology, I mean, you don't know what is there already. You have to create that. And I think that's the beauty of technology is people find ways to create new things every day and every year, and it evolves no matter what we do. Because I mean, you can buy a phone and the next year, I mean, there's already a new version out, and you feel like you're behind, your technology is behind and lacking, but in reality it basically does the same things as the new stuff, just not as well, I guess. And I think this chapter really taught me a lot about technology, and I mean, it, like I said, it's never going to stop and it's going to always evolve. And that's my reflection.